Hi and welcome to another 5-minute session, and this time we are going to look at the coat parameters that we have here. They have changed a bit since the version 3 something, and in 4 we got some IOR and so on into this. So how does it work and what is coat? Well, coat is the layer that is on top of your surface. So when you have like Carpaint, you have like this coating on top of the Carpaint, then you use coat, or in this case when you have some type of china, you have burnt that in the oven, you also have this like glass layer on top of it. So as soon as you have that type of thing, then you can use coat. And what do we have here as parameters and what can we play with? Well, first of all, we can use this to just make it, let's say that we make it blue. So this is a blue bowl that we have here, but now we don't have, it doesn't look so good. And even if I take down the roughness, it doesn't look like ceramic. It's something is off with that one. So if we have the roughness rather high anyway, but we add coat into this, then we get this surface as we normally see on these things, and it looks really natural and good right now. And in the old version of Blender, like 3 point something, we didn't have the index of refraction, but as a standard we used the index of refraction of 1.5 for coating material, and that is because most coating material is similar to glass, and glass has index of refraction of 1.5. But here you have the possibility to change that. So if you want to change it to be more like, I don't know, crystal or perhaps oil or something, then you can change it. So like, let's say that you have a plastic bowl and you need some smudge that is oil, then you use a little bit lower index of refraction than 1.5, because oil, I think it's something about 1.37 or something like that. So you can now change this. And the weight here, that is more or less how you bend the index of refraction, so you like straighten everything up. So if I put the index of refraction of 1 here, you can't see that I have index of refraction because the rays are not bent, they just go right through into the base material, so to say. But if I have an index of refraction 1.5, then we see these refractions in the rays here. And weight are like flatten everything out. So if we put weight to 0, it is almost like index of refraction 1 here, and then this goes up a bit to use more and more of this index of refraction. So you can say that this is simply explained, just don't use index of refraction or don't use coat, and here you use the full index of refraction that you have put in here when you have the weight of 1 here. So when you do stuff that is uneven on the surface, as I said before, like smudge that could be oil or something like that, then you can play with the weight here. Other than that, use 0 because we will not use it, or use 1 because we will use it, and then change it in the index of refraction instead if you then need it. And then of course we have the roughness here, so you can then put it in here. But what we also have is a special normal that is just for the surface here. And what you should think about is that this surface is very, very thin. So if you put in a normal by pressing vector and bump here and using the distance, that distance will be really, really low, so like 0.01 or something like that, because otherwise it will look really bad. And then you can take down the strength as well. But this is really good if you want to make like cracks and so on in the coat here. And the last thing you have is then the tint. and that is a small color variation that goes from the refraction up here on the surface into the base material, so you can really change it. So you can just adding a small tint will change the color totally here, and of course if you go the all way, it takes over the color that you have here almost, and then you also get a really nice surface. So it could be sometimes that you would like to mix the base color with the tint like this, even if normal way is just to tint it just a small amount to get some variation of what you have in the base colors, I'd say. So that is how a coat is working, and now you know a little bit about that, and I just say bye for now and see you tomorrow.